wear. Basically, the tire is kind of overinflated like a big balloon.
Okay.
And the inside of the tire can wear a lot faster than the outsides of the tire. So if that happens, and then like wet situations, winter situations, you don't get the proper traction you need to stay on the road. Underinflation is another thing. If you don't have enough air in your tires, and we're pretty lucky these days to have the low tire light indicators in the cars, so we can just say, hey, I got a problem. I better get it checked out. And that can make the outside of the tire wear quicker too, and have just uneven tread all the way through on the tires. Another thing to look for too, if you have one tire that's kind of wearing really funny, like the inside of one of the tires looks way different than all the other tires, might have something wrong with the alignment on the vehicle. So that would be something to check out as well.
Good to note. I'll have to keep these things in mind too. You're the expert. So as far as measuring the tread, there is a trick that I did not know of until yesterday. I don't know where I've been or if most people know this, but we're actually going to ask you guys first. Have you guys ever heard of the quarter trick? Or I think you said the penny trick, right? Like a lot of people call it the penny trick. So comment below if any of you are watching and if any of you know the quarter trick or penny trick about measuring the tread of your tires. So we'll give you guys a few seconds, see if we get some answers here. And if not, Travis will explain. Let's see. Not seeing anything so far. Okay, Travis, do you just want to explain what that is?
Yeah, so the penny or the quarter trick, it's pretty easy. You just take literally a penny or a quarter and you stick it upside down in the tread of the tires in 3 different spots: on the outside, the inside, and the middle. And if you can see any gap above the president's head, then it means your tires are worn to a point of needing to be replaced, most likely.
Okay, wow. So that's a really good trick. And anybody can usually find a quarter or a penny. So it's a really good way to check. Okay, so besides just that trick, is there any way that you can just look at your tire to check the tread to see if there's any like wear and tear that way?
Yeah, sometimes, in severe cases, tread is really obviously worn down. And it can be from lack of checking air pressures or, again, the alignment being way off. Sometimes there are steel belts in every single tire. And that's something I learned when I kind of started in the business as well, is this is like the backbone of the tire. And if something is wrong with one of those steel belts, and it can actually break inside the tire, and there could be a big bubble in the tire. And it can be in the side of the tire, it can be on the middle, the tread, anywhere in there. If one of those belts breaks, that can cause uneven tire wear. It can cause like thumping noises, things like that.
So a lot of issues there.
Yes.
So speaking of that, thumping noises and stuff, while you're like physically driving your car, are there certain things that you can like check for that you can actually hear or that you can feel while you're driving the vehicle?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a term we use for one of the uneven wears. It's called cupping. And if you can imagine just like a wave that goes around the tire, instead of the tire being perfectly circle or a perfect circle, it kind of is a wavy like pattern around the outside of the tire. And that's called cupping. And that can be because of overinflation, underinflation, lack of rotates, or the alignment being off. And that's a fairly easy one to detect. It's kind of like a whooping noise almost.
While you're driving.
But a broken belt, you would get a pretty good thump because it's smacking the road pretty good. So
easy to watch out for.
Easy to watch out for. Yeah. If you have a broken belt, you'll know. You'll know. It's pretty loud and you're going to go, there's something wrong with my tire. And I need to get it looked at.
And we have a question actually. Let's look at this. Is a patch or a plug more effective on a tire? Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, definitely a patch. Plugging is a quick and easy way to fix the tire. You take out the obstruction, like if you get a nail in the tire or something like that. And you can only go so close to the sidewall to repair a tire before you have to replace it. It's an inch from the sidewall and then you would have to replace the tire if you get a nail that close.
Yeah. Yep.
But a plug, you don't have to take the tire off to fix it, and it's not as effective. A patch, you take the wheel off the tire, you get inside, and you cover the hole from the inside of the tire, and you seal it with some, it looks like a resin type of thing, and no air will leak through after that.
Okay.
Well, so definitely a patch is the best way to go.
Perfect. Good to know. Thanks for the question, Brittany. Okay, so moving on. Now that we know kind of what to look out for, like if something's wrong with your tires, how can we maintain our tires? Like how can we do what we need to do to make sure that they're lasting as long as they can?
Absolutely. Making sure you're frequently checking the pressure of your tires. Okay. Each tire has a rating on it. They'll have like a max PSI on it. You don't want to fill it to max ever, but the door of your car also has a rating of where the tires should be set as well.
Okay. So on the inside of
the driver's door, there's a little white sticker.
Okay. Good to know.
Yep. And it'll tell you front tire PSI, rear tire PSI. Usually about 35 is the sweet spot on that. Wintertime, we like to fill them up a little bit more just to adjust for temperature changes. Okay. But checking that religiously, I always like to say check tire pressures when you fill gas. Okay. Because that's fairly often, and it's just automatic while the gas pump is going. Yep. Just check them, and
that's a good tip.
Have a tire gauge there. Another thing too is religious rotates. Yeah. So you AAA actually recommends rotating every 5,000 to 7,000 miles. Okay. So, and most cars now are oil changes every 5,000. So you really should be doing an oil change. I'm sorry, a tire rotation every oil change. Really should do oil changes too.
Yeah, that's a good one to keep in mind. Okay, so let's see. I have another question here from Ryan. What are the best tires for gravel?
Ooh, that's a good question. I actually did learn that from Ryan. Okay. It is the ones that I have a couple customers that come in with rural mail routes. Yeah. And the brand is Cooper Discoverer Enduramax. So actually, I kind of get excited about those tires. They do really, really well on gravel. Cooper Discoverer Enduramax. Okay, it's a good thing in North Dakota. There's a lot more gravel roads here, probably than most places. Yep. Okay, so now that we touched on a few of those things, we actually have a few questions for you guys to see if you guys know the answer to some of these. And I know Travis kind of mentioned one of these already, so let's see if you guys are maybe paying attention. Okay, so as far as rotating and balancing, when should you be rotating and balancing or when should you perform these, or when should they get performed? Like how often should they is probably a better way to word that. So wait a couple seconds, see if anybody knows the answer to that one. Again, like I said in the beginning, we are doing a giveaway. So if you guys like and share this live video, you'll be entered in for a chance to win $100 towards the purchase of new tires here at BMC. Awesome. That's great. Let's see. No comments yet. We don't have quite the lively group that we did before on some of these. But you guys can go ahead and answer these too, even if it's not live, like later on, and we can get you thrown into that drawing. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just have Travis answer that one for us. How often should you rotate and balance? Yeah. Rotations every 5,000 to 7,000 miles. And balancing, we kind of just say, let's do a tire balance if you're having like a shaking issue or something like that at highway speeds. Okay. Yep. So you don't necessarily have to rotate and balance every time. You don't have to do the balance portion of it, but it's a good thing to do every once in a while. So never hurts. Yeah. We did get an answer from Nadir. He said 5,000 miles. All right. Perfect. Okay, so we have one more question for you guys. When should alignments be performed? So we'll give you guys a few seconds on that one. See if we get an answer here. We may not. Maybe Nadir will give us another shout out here with an answer. We'll see. Okay, Travis, why don't you just answer it for us? Sure. You're the expert. Perform an alignment about every 12,000 miles. So on average, that's about once a year of driving for people. It just helps keep your tires in check and make sure everything is wearing perfect and getting the most life out of your tires. So about every 12,000 miles.
Perfect. Okay. I think that's a lot of what we covered. And I think what I learned today is that, doing tire maintenance is actually pretty quick, pretty easy.
Easy and quick. Anyone can do it.
Yeah. And it's just a way to keep you safe on the road and probably save you some money in the future.
Absolutely.
If you just do these quick little tips that we learned from Travis here today. A couple more questions I have for you is, so here at BMC, we do offer some tire specials or a tire special, and then maybe some complimentary tire maintenance. What are those? Could you talk to me about those?
Yeah, so our tire program, it just goes automatically along with any tire purchase.
Okay.
So you get free flat repairs for the life of the tire.
Okay.
And free rotations and balances. So if you want to come in, every few thousand miles and do a rotate every 5 to 7, like we said, absolutely. That's
Sounds
free.
Good to me.
And then we also have another really good bonus. When you buy tires from us, let's say you get a nail in a sidewall or a non-repairable tire.
Yeah.
We actually pay $100 towards replacing that tire.
Very cool.
So it's a good bonus that comes with it. It does not add a cent to the price. It's just automatic.
And those are things that can't really be predicted.
Exactly.
Nailing your tire and happens more than people probably would like it to.
Yeah, absolutely. Every day.
And I think just something to keep in mind too is that we do sell tires. So a lot of people just maybe don't know that. I mean, I know that we're a dealership and we do service here, but we do sell tires. So if you're looking for tires, I mean, it may be biased, but I think this is a great place to get them.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can pretty much get any tire brand or any tire kind, any tire size you want.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here from Travis, our tire expert. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, like and share this video if you want to be put in for a chance to win $100 towards purchase of new tires. You might need some now after you learned a few of these tips and things to look out for. So thank you, Travis, for being here today. I learned a lot. I hope you guys learned a lot, and we hope you have a good Friday. See you guys.